Hi guys, Charlie Tango 1 coming at you again. This video is just a how can we say, not a review, more or less an update on transferring gas from one canister to another. I believe I made this video about 2, maybe 3 years ago, but I've since I've been looking online and I've seen various people who they've been doing this and doing that, and quite honestly I found some of them quite dangerous what they're doing, like, you know, but bear in mind how I showed in my video how to do it is that's down to me. I don't take any responsibility for anyone that wants to transfer gas from one canister to another. That's entirely down to you. I don't take no responsibility for that. You take it on your own back if that's what you want to do. Oh, excuse me. So, having said that, what a lot of them are doing, or have been doing, I've noticed, is they get the canister, they part use it, and then they've been buying, well, there's various little nipple adapters, this, that and the other, or there's this adapter, this one here, let's get it in shot for you, there's that one there, I'll make sure you can see it. Well, now what they've done with these, there is an upgrade to them, and basically it's a button on the end here, and it's release excess pressure. So I'm not quite, I haven't read up fully on it, but I believe you to get rid of excess air in the tank, you push this button and it expels it out of a little hole on the back here. So this is one I bought quite some time ago, and quite honestly I find it's quite adequate. I have purchased one, just got one coming with the button on the back there to release some air pressure, but I don't want to rab it on. I'm trying to think about it before I rab it on, but what some of them done, and one did do on the video, he transferred gas, what have you, but then he gets hold of the canister and he get, oh, it's only about half full, I can get some more in there. So away he goes. Now, I can't stress how important it is to have room in these canisters for expansion. You must have room for expansion. And it does state that quite clearly, you know. But you've got these other ones, these little, what is this? This is a C100 Extreme. They just go down to a lower temperature and still operate well. That's all they are. They are a little bit dearer, I think they were, than the standard ordinary mixed propane and butane. But anyway, the first thing I do when I get a canister is I weigh it, the whole lot. It's not worth messing about saying, oh, doing a net weight. Do a gross weight. Just pick it up, put it on the scales, see how much it weighs, and in this case the total is 193 grams, that one, look, and I've done it in fluid ounces as well, 95 gram net, and I've got a total of 193, and it's 6.8 ounces, you know. So, but that's when I first started marking them. But now if you just do the grams and put it on your scales, you know, you've got it there then. So every time you fill it up, all you've got to do is go to that 95 grams. Oh, sorry, 193 grams. That includes the tin. So you've got the tin and the gas fluid in there, and that's all you've got to worry about, putting that amount back in. Don't, you know, they're all shaking. Oh, it's only about 3/4 full, I can get some more in. Don't. Do what it says on the tin. You know, it's a warning that do not overfill these, and also they give you a warning of do not refill. Well, I can't see any harm personally in refilling them, providing you go by their instructions. And on the tins here, it always tells you somewhere, I mean it's usually on the side, but it does actually tell you 230 grams, that one, look, 230 grams. So that's 230 grams, and then you've got the total weight of the tin, which is 350 grams. Same with these big ones here, 627 for these big ones, 627. So we'll look on there, see if I can find that one. It's bound to be here somewhere. Well, I know it is because I have seen it anyway. Self-sealing. It is on there because I've seen it. I've seen it on there when I read it. That's how I put that measurement on that amount on there, because that's what it is. And I thought, well, you know, why are people putting a big tin onto a small one? You know, like I'm thinking, God Almighty. Well, you know, all right, that's the refill. You can go the other way round, but that's when you've got to watch it carefully, because you've got a big tin on the top that's got a lot of fluid in, and you're not going to get it all in there. So you've got to be a little bit, you know, careful how you go about it. I get these, I think it is. This is full, and it weighs £1 1 ounce. These ones. £1 1 ounce, and I've marked it on the tin there. You know, that's total weight. So, but they're out of B&Q a lot cheaper than buying one of these. You know, and you can get them in packs of 6 or 8 and anything like that. Or excuse me, and for about, I don't know what, 3 or 4 quid, something like that. But it's still cheaper than one of these. So you could get one of those, get those, and fill up with that. You know. Now, and the other thing is that I got in touch with a company that make these, and the way round it goes is this way. Let's put it that way. That's the way it goes round, with that big hole or indentation at the bottom, a la so. That's how that goes, like that. I think mistakenly when I first got it, I did do it up the other way. It did work, but the correct way is that way. Okay, and away you go. So having said that, it's ideal. This gadget here is ideal for if you're just emptying, like these little things. Think, oh, I've got a dear little bit left in there, like, so you can top it up onto another one that you've started. Empty all your little cans or whatever, so that you haven't got a load of empty cans kicking around. You can just say, well, I'll top that into that. Say you've got one of these, and you think, well, I've used that. I know I've used it. I've been out a couple of times with it, so it's down to, it's not up to its standard maximum of 230 grams. Sorry, it's 350 grams. That's the total with the tin. So all you do is you get hold of some of your half-empty ones there, put them on there, and top it up, or vice versa. It's really it comes down to common sense, doesn't it? That's what it comes down to. So I just wanted to explain to you, viewers out there, if you've been looking at them. I mean, one chap, he did do one, and he overfilled it, and what it failed to show you on the video is that this dish, let's see, you can see it's dished, concaved, I think they call it, don't they? well, it actually blew out the other way, so it was round like that. Now, that's all because he overfilled it and didn't leave enough space for expansion, and that's what happens. He was lucky that it only done that. If that can had blown up, well, he might not be here today. So, you know, that's how dangerous it is, and I can't emphasise enough that, you know, if you want to go down this avenue of refilling your own containers, just be aware of the dangers. You know, some people, it don't matter, once it's full up you won't get no more in it, that's it, you know. No, that ain't it, like, you know, because it'll blow up. You know, what are you going to do then when it blows up? As I say, they can't seem to get it in their head that, you know, even this one, it feels like it's only 3/4 full, but that's the maximum they can get in there, you know, for safety reasons. And that's what I do. I use a mix, or you can use a butane to refill one of these, whatever you want, or the propane. It doesn't really matter to that degree. They just mix it so that it's compatible with the burners and all that sort of stuff, so I'm led to believe. But there it is anyway. Be very careful when you refill these. Like, as I say, I've got another one of these coming. It's got the button on the end, but and I've got one that's got an adapter that goes on the end that fits on these sort of things with a slot in it. You screw it onto there and it clicks on it, and that's for those ones where you've got those little cookers and the gas bottle lays down to one side. They got that special fitting on there. Well, you can buy them tins like that, but you're limiting yourself. So if you've got the adapter, which is what I've got coming with the other one of these, you can just, what you do is you screw it onto this. You screw it onto that and then put it onto the tin and away you go. So I don't think there's any more to be said on that. So please take warning that, you know, it's so easy just to, if you're not got, you know, thinking right, to have one of these things blow up on you. But as I say, I did watch some of these videos and I wasn't that impressed. Like, I thought, oh my God, mate, you know, you're going to have an explosion here. You carry on like that. And oh yeah, the other thing was, I said, oh yeah, I got this one, and I put it in the fridge for a couple of minutes. I ain't going to do nothing. It ain't going to do nothing for a couple of minutes. You got to put it in a freezer. It's got to go in a freezer. Put it in the freezer. That is the bottle that you're going to transfer the gas into. All right. So the one you're going to fill up, if you like, or top up, put it in the freezer, leave it in there for a couple of hours or an hour, something like that. And then the one that you're going to use to transfer the gas into it, that can be at room temperature. You know, that doesn't need to be cold. It needs to be at room temperature, because if you notice on Caligas stoves and stuff like that, you got that stood out in the sun, right? The sun's going to get that warm, isn't it? And what it does is, when you turn your little cooker on, you know, your little jet thing, when you turn that on, suddenly it roars like a good one, doesn't it? That's because the can's hot, so it builds up pressure in the can, and that's why it roars. Well, that's what happens when you've got left this in room temperature and you put this one in the freezer. That you've got extra pressure in there because it's warm at room temperature, even if you're holding it like that. When I brought these in from the other shed there, it was bloody freezing. But now they're in here, they've all warmed up, because I've got a heater in here, you know, for my sewing machine. So once that's got warm, you don't have to worry about this little one, because it's not frozen, but it's bloody cold. And what it does is it reduces the fluid in there, if you know what I mean. It flattens it down. This one, because it's got more pressure, it will go in there. But if you had them at the same pressure, I've seen them use them straight from you know, the table, a pair of them, and it's the one that they do actually transfer the gas into the other one because they're both at room temperature. But as I say, it's just fact that if you chill one of these down and use the other one at room temperature that you can top it up with, it goes in there just like that, and that's what I do. So without further ado, I'll leave you with that thought. You might want to think twice about when you're filling them up again. Like, I don't like to see anyone have an accident, something like that, because if that happens, all they'll do is they'll stop the means of transferring gas, i.e. one of these, and then the other stuff, like, and you won't be able to get all those sealed canisters, so you can't use them to transfer gas. That's what will happen if you get idiots that don't know what they're doing filling up these gas. It's not rocket science, but you'll go up like a rocket if you overfill it. And on that note, I'll bid you ta-da.